Good morning, girls, and welcome to our writing lesson today, which will be on how to write advisory texts. Okay, now, this is the first time we're having this lesson. We're finished with everything argument, okay? Now, the word advice is not new to you. We give advice all the time. We ask for advice all the time. You're having a difficulty in something and you don't know what to do, and then you go to a friend, please can you tell me what to do? Or for example, someone is bullying you in class and you're at a fix, you have no idea where to go from where you are, and you get home and you go to your mom and you tell your mom, mama, a student in class is doing so and so to me and I don't know what to do. And your mom says, okay, I think you should do this, I think you should do that, in order to get rid of her or in order to handle the situation, to make her stop bullying you. What your mom is doing is giving you a piece of advice or pieces of advice, depending. So now, if we want to write this down, if we want a written form of advice, there's certain things we have to take note of, which is what this lesson will be focusing on. This lesson will be giving you a clear definition of what an advisory text is. It will also be giving you features in terms of structure, audience, purpose, and language. Okay? So let's dive into it. Now, the first thing it says texts that give advice come in many forms. Books, leaflets, magazine articles provide advice on everything from keeping fit to dealing with teenagers or looking after a rabbit. The audience is the person who is seeking advice. For example, someone who wants to know how to cope with noisy neighbors. Okay? When someone is asking for your opinion on how to deal with something, they're asking for your advice. So think of opinion as a synonym to advice, okay? To help you better understand any definition or any illustration that I'll be giving in this textbook, particularly on this page with the word advice, you can easily switch it up with opinion, okay? Seasoned opinion that is worthy of being followed. Once you substitute that with the word advice, it will help for better understanding, okay? So when you're seeking good opinion that is worthy of being followed, you're seeking advice. And if that person gives you the good opinion on what to do, they've given you an advice, okay? Now it says, when you give advice, you're often combining several text types. That is the very unique thing about this kind of writing. It's a combination of about 4 different kinds of texts. It combines features of persuasion, argument, information, and instruction. Now, how does it do this? It brings in persuasion from the angle that it is persuading the reader to act in a particular way. When someone comes to you to ask for how to deal with a bully, and you're telling them what to do, you have to try to persuade them into doing what you're asking them to do, right? You're trying to get them to agree. You're trying to influence them to get them to agree to do what you're telling them to do. And by so doing, you're persuading them. It's also an argument. It brings in elements of argument in that it's giving reason why the advice is good. In order to make someone feel, remember I told you, advice means good, seasoned opinion that is worthy of being followed, right? How do you make your opinion good and seasoned? How do you make it worthy of being followed? By giving reasons why it's good. When you tell me that you want me to, for example, go and report the bully to the school authority, you have to give me a reason why you think that is the best choice or line of action. So the key word here is reason. Remember, argument, you have to back it up with reason, logic, right? Now, information, it brings in elements of an information text in that it provides facts which support the advice. Okay, you have to give me, remember, what is an information text? Giving characteristics of a person, thing, concept, anything at all. coming under the umbrella of nouns, place, thing, animal, and so on. Okay, so information text gives key characteristics of a concept or any noun. So when you're providing facts, you're giving information. So when you're giving advice, it's wise to provide facts. Don't tell them things that are unreal, because you want to make me believe that the opinion you're giving me will work. What best way to do that than to back it up with facts? Things that have actually happened in real life. Maybe how you've gone through a similar situation and how you did what you're asking me to do and how it worked. Now, it also brings in elements of instruction. How? By telling the reader about how to do something. Still the same illustration about dealing with a bully. When you tell a person that you're advising them to report the said bully to the school authority, you're giving them an instruction, because instruction is telling a person how to do something, right? So you're telling me what to do by telling me to go to the school authority. By so doing, you're giving me an instruction. So you see that it has combined all these kinds of writing in one. But you have to take them each with a grain of salt, because it's not strictly adhering to each of them. It's just subtly bringing in their features and fusing them together to create what advice will be. Let's see. I say will be in terms of will be in this box of typical features, okay? So let's see.